Welcome to another deep dive, and this time we're exploring something really special.
Oh, I know, right? This one,
Urdu poetry.
Urdu poetry, yeah. We've gotten some incredible dissolves to work with.
Yeah, these are amazing.
And they're not just like in the original Urdu script.
Right.
We also have them in Romanized Hindi,
Oh, that's so cool.
which is amazing for us,
Yeah.
and even some YouTube videos
Wow. So we can actually hear the...
with recitations of them.
Oh, wow. So
Yeah.
we can actually hear how they're supposed to sound.
Exactly.
That's fantastic.
It's like having this multi-sensory
Yeah.
toolkit to unlock these poems.
Yeah, we can see the beauty of that Urdu calligraphy,
Yeah.
and then we can hear the rhythms and the tone in the recitations, and then dive into the meaning, really.
Yeah, exactly.
Using that Romanized Hindi.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
I'm excited.
Me too. And the poet that we are focusing on is Hameed Hayat Nazar, who's known for powerful imagery and emotional depth. But before we jump into all of that,
Yep.
for anyone who's unfamiliar,
Yeah.
ghazal is a very specific form of Urdu poetry with a unique rhyme scheme and focuses on themes like,
Love.
love, longing, and separation.
Yeah, very evocative, very emotional.
Very evocative, exactly. Sets the mood.
Definitely sets the mood. And speaking of mood, let's start with Moja-e-Ishq, which translates to
Wave of love.
the wave of love. Even the title hints at some pretty intense emotions.
Right. Right off the bat, I was grabbed by that wave metaphor.
Yeah.
Is Nazar just talking about, feeling overwhelmed by love?
I mean, he is, but there's always more to uncover with poetry, right?
Yeah.
While that wave does represent the force of love, it also connects to this Sufi concept of,
Fauna.
the idea of dissolving,
Okay.
completely dissolving into divine love.
Oh, wow.
It's like being swept away by something larger than yourself.
Yeah, that adds a whole other dimension to it.
Exactly.
I mean, think about the line. The claim of love. How he disgraced us. If anyone asks, he flatly denies. On the surface, it's about unrequited love. But knowing this Sufi connection, it makes me wonder if the denial is also about protecting that experience. Protecting it from the outside world.
That's a brilliant insight.
Oh.
It suggests that love, this profound,
Yeah.
could be almost too powerful.
Too sacred.
Too sacred to even acknowledge openly.
Yeah, and then there's that really gut-wrenching line, what greater misfortune could befall us? Our own kin growl upon seeing us.
Yeah.
It's like this wave of love is actually causing conflict, even isolation from those closest to him.
It's a stark reminder that societal norms
Yeah.
often clash with the power of love.
Yeah.
This theme of societal judgment really makes you consider
Yes.
the pressures surrounding love.
Especially in a culture where those norms can be so strong.
Exactly.
I'm really curious to hear how these emotions come through in the actual recitation. Let's listen to the Moja-e-Ishq video.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow, the way the reciter delivers those lines, you can just feel.
You feel the weight of those emotions, don't you?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
adds so much to just reading the words on a page.
Yes, absolutely.
Like the nuances of tone, the pauses, the emphasis, they all work to enhance the poem's meaning.
I agree. For example, the way the reciter stressed the word growl in that last verse,
Oh, yeah?
it really drives home the feeling of rejection
For sure.
and disapproval.
Mhm.
It's heartbreaking, but so beautifully expressed.
Yeah, there's a beauty in the heartache, I think.
I'm noticing that love in these ghazals isn't always sunshine and roses.
No.
Several of them really explore that pain
Mm.
of separation and longing.
Yes.
Like this verse from Paste to Text. In an instant, our hearts parted ways, though it was not meant to be so.
That line hits hard.
Yeah.
It captures how quickly things can change,
Wow.
like how fragile even the strongest bonds can be.
It reminds me of that Japanese concept of mono no aware. It's a kind of bittersweet melancholy at the, at the
Transience of things.
transience of things. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
So even in the pain of separation, there's this beauty in acknowledging that fleeting nature of life. And that theme continues in the next verse. The path still gazes towards you, the trembling flame of the lamp. Even though the relationship is over, the longing remains.
It does, and the imagery is so powerful there.
Yeah.
The path, a symbol of that journey they shared,
Yeah.
still points toward, the absent lover.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And that flickering lamp.
Right.
It's like this fragile hope
Yeah.
keeps burning, even though it might
He extinguished.
be extinguished at any moment.
It's incredible how Nazar uses these everyday objects to convey such complex emotions. And speaking of imagery, another motif that caught my eye is the gaze.
Oh, interesting.
Like in Uski Ankon Main Kiondika Akhir, he says, why did he look at me like that? I think he is falling in love with me. It's so simple, yet so suggestive.
Right. Like a whole story.
Like a whole story is hidden in that one look.
Yeah, in that one look.
It makes you wonder, what was it about that gaze that was so captivating?
Right. Was it admiration?
Longing.
Longing? Or a hint of something,
Forbidden.
Forbidden. Yeah.
It definitely leaves you wanting more.
Yeah.
And then from Moja-e-Ish, we have, do not look at yourself with such eyes, Sahib. Someone might also fall for your beauty. It's almost like a warning, isn't it?
It is. It is a warning.
Beauty can be both a blessing and a curse.
Absolutely. It also plays with the idea of self-perception versus how others see us.
Oh, interesting.
Like he's being told to downplay his attractiveness.
Right.
Maybe because of societal expectations, or maybe acknowledging it would make him vulnerable.
That vulnerability is something we'll talk about more in the next ghazal we discuss, which is Reste Janoon Ich Ke. But before we dive into that, let's hear a snippet of Uski Ankon Main Kian Dika Akhir.
Yes, let's hear those words about the gaze, because I have a feeling they'll be even more potent
Oh, definitely.
when spoken. Okay.
The yearning in the reciter's voice is so clear.
Isn't it? It's like they're both drawn to this gaze
Yeah.
and afraid of what it might mean.
It's that classic push and pull of attraction,
Yeah.
excitement and uncertainty that comes with, new love.
It's such a powerful dynamic,
Yes.
that tension, that back and forth.
And now that intriguing title, Ras Dejanoon E Ishke, Paths of Passionate Love. It sounds like we're about to embark on a journey with some twists and turns.
Oh, definitely. This ghazal delves into, that intoxicating,
Yeah.
all-consuming nature of passionate love. And Nazar doesn't shy away from the challenges that come with it either.
Right.
Take, for example, this verse. The paths of passionate love are not easy. The pangs of longing have not subsided.
It's a reminder that passion comes with a price.
Yes, it does.
It's not always smooth sailing.
Right.
There's longing, there's heartache, and this constant struggle to navigate those really intense emotions.
Right. You have to sort of learn to ride those waves.
Yeah, to ride those waves. And
Yeah.
yet there's a beauty in that struggle, isn't there?
I think so.
Like the intensity of those emotions makes the experience
Makes them more profound.
more profound, even if it's painful.
Absolutely.
I'm also fascinated by this line. I keep my love a secret, even from myself. To reveal it would be to cheapen its value. What do you make of that?
Oh, that's a really interesting one.
Right.
It's almost as if the speaker is trying to protect
Yes.
the sanctity of their love by keeping it hidden,
Yeah.
even from their own conscious mind.
Wow.
That's a really interesting paradox.
It's like he's afraid that if he names it, if he defines it, it'll somehow lose its power.
Right, right.
Or maybe he's worried about the
And
judgment,
so, yeah, the judgment of others.
the consequences of revealing such a deep emotion.
Makes you think about the societal context of these ghazals, doesn't it? Like,
Yeah.
was expressing passionate love openly, was that something that was, discouraged
Right.
or even taboo?
Interesting. Yeah.
It's definitely something to ponder.
Before we move on, though, let's immerse ourselves in the world of Reste Janoon E Ishke with a short excerpt from the YouTube video. I'm eager to hear how the reciter captures that intensity.
Yeah, me too.
Let's listen.
Okay.
Wow, you can practically feel the heat of that passion in their voice.
Right, like the words themselves are burning
Yeah.
with this longing.
Yeah.
They can't be contained.
It's amazing how just a few lines of poetry can evoke such a visceral response.
Yeah, it's true.
This is what makes Urdu poetry so captivating. We've only just scratched the surface.
Oh, yeah, just barely.
And I'm already feeling so many emotions.
It's powerful stuff.
It's truly a testament to the power of language.
Absolutely. And I'm excited to keep going, to keep exploring these ghazals with you.
Yeah, me too. We've got more to unpack, more layers to uncover, so stay tuned.
Stay tuned as we kind of journey deeper into these ghazals.
Yeah.
It's striking how Hameed Hayat Nazar weaves this theme of time
Yes.
throughout his work.
Time's passage, those fleeting moments, those lingering memories, like these recurring echoes in these poems. And I'm thinking about that line we discussed earlier from Pasted Text.
Yeah.
In an instant, our hearts parted ways, though it was not meant to be so.
Right.
It's heartbreaking,
Yeah.
how quickly things can shift.
It challenges our expectations, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We crave this permanence in love.
Yeah.
And yet life so often throws this impermanence our way.
Right.
And that tension is captured beautifully in another verse from that same ghazal.
Okay.
Let me ask you, do you remember these lines?
Okay.
The path still gazes towards you, the trembling flame of the lamp.
Oh, yes. Those images have stayed with me.
Yeah, they're so vivid.
The path, representing that journey they shared,
Right.
still pointing towards that absent lover and that flickering lamp. It's such a poignant symbol of fragile hope that refuses to die.
It's as if time is both standing still and slipping away.
Yes.
Simultaneously.
At the same time.
And that duality, that ability to hold contradictory ideas in tension.
Right.
That's a hallmark of Urdu poetry, wouldn't you say?
I would.
It's like a reflection of our own
devotional complexity.
Emotional complexities, right?
How we can experience longing, but also acceptance, grief, and also hope.
All at once.
All at the same time.
Right.
It's like those emotions are all woven together by these, by the threads of time, inseparable yet distinct.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And the imagery that Nazar uses throughout these ghazals is so striking, It is. The lamp, the path, even those tears on the beloved's eyelids, they ground these abstract emotions in something tangible, something that we can visualize, connect with.
Exactly.
And speaking of tears, I'm drawn to those lines from the untitled ghazal. On her eyelids appear rows of tears. Beauty is itself a tremor, love's mirror.
Ooh, that's nice.
It's as if the tears themselves become art.
Yes.
A reflection of the beauty that caused them.
I love how you pointed out that phrase, love's mirror. It suggests that beauty isn't just something that we see.
Right.
It's something that reflects our own emotions.
Point to us.
Back to us. Yeah. There's this powerful sense of connection, this reciprocity between the observer and the observed.
Exactly.
And it reminds us that love isn't a passive experience.
Right. It engages our whole being.
Yes, it does.
Emotions, senses, even how we perceive the world.
Absolutely.
And in that engagement, we are changed.
Right.
Transformed by the encounter.
Never the same.
Perhaps even if the relationship is fleeting, like in that line from Pasted Text. It makes me think about the transformative power of passionate love, the kind that Nazar explores in Rasti Junoon Ishq.
Yes, remember those verses. The paths of passionate love are not easy. The pangs of longing have not subsided.
Right.
It's a bold statement, acknowledging that this kind of love, it's not for the faint of heart.
There's a real sense of courage there, a willingness to embrace that intensity, even though it might lead to heartache. Exactly.
But there's also this potential
right.
for immense joy.
Fulfillment.
Yeah.
It's like choosing to dive headfirst into the depths of your emotions, knowing that there might be
rough currents
along the way.
Yeah, exactly.
And yet there's also that element of secrecy,
right?
Of holding those emotions close, like in the line, I keep my love a secret even from myself. To reveal it would be to cheapen its value. And such a fascinating contradiction, yes.
It speaks to this deep-seated vulnerability, this fear that sharing those emotions will expose you to, judgment.
Well, very human response, wanting to protect something precious by keeping it hidden.
It's like building a wall around your heart, even as you yearn to break it down.
Exactly, and this internal struggle, this push and pull between desire and fear, it transcends.
Oh, yeah.
Cultural boundaries.
It's a human experience.
Right, whether the poetry is written in Urdu or in English or...
Right, it speaks to something universal.
It speaks to a universal human experience. And that's what's so amazing about this deep dive, We're exploring these ghazals through so many lenses.
Yeah.
the beauty of that Urdu calligraphy,
right?
The power of that spoken word in the YouTube videos, and the accessibility of the Romanized Hindi.
Exactly. It's like
each layer is adding
each layer adds
to our understanding and appreciation.
It's a reminder that poetry can be experienced on multiple levels. Visually, orally,
emotionally.
Yeah, and each of these forms enhances the others.
Right. Seeing those delicate strokes of the Urdu script can deepen our appreciation for the musicality of the language when we hear it recited.
It's true.
And for those of us who aren't fluent in Urdu, that Romanized Hindi provides a gateway, a way to grasp those nuances of the language and the emotions behind the words.
It's like a bridge.
Yes.
Connecting us to, to a different culture.
A whole new world of poetic expression.
Exactly. And it allows us to appreciate the beauty and the complexity of these ghazals.
Even if we're encountering them for the very first time.
Exactly.
It's a reminder that poetry at its core is about connecting with shared
human experience.
Human experiences, regardless of language or cultural background.
Absolutely.
And as we approach, kind of the final verses of our journey through these ghazals, I'm eager to hear your reflections.
Okay.
What has resonated most with you so far? Which verse or image has kind of stayed with you, and why?
That's a great question, and I'd love to hear your thoughts as well, because I think, perhaps a particular line sparked a memory or, a metaphor, challenged your assumptions about love and loss.
Right.
Whatever it may be, I think it'd be great to, take a moment and consider what we've learned and how these ghazals have touched our hearts.
It's remarkable, really, how Hameed Hayat Nazar conveys these profound emotions with such seemingly simple language.
It's true. And, that's the mark of a true master, I think.
I agree.
To be able to just distill such complex feelings into these words that resonate with us.
On such a personal level.
On a deeply personal level, yeah.
And it's not just the words themselves. It's also those images that they evoke, the waves, the lamp, the tears.
Those images, they really, they stay with you.
They linger.
Long after you've finished reading.
They really do. They weave this tapestry of sensory experience.
Yeah, they draw you in.
Drawing us into the heart of the poem.
To the heart of the poem, absolutely.
And those images, they often act as
metaphors.
Metaphors, yes, thank you.
Unlocking these deeper layers of meaning, right?
Right. The wave in Moja Ishq becomes a symbol of love's just
overwhelming power.
Yeah. And then the lamp in pasted text represents that that enduring memory of a love that's lost.
Of a love that's been lost, but not forgotten.
But not forgotten.
Not forgotten, exactly.
It's through those metaphors that I think we begin to grasp the poem's true depth.
It's true, and it's not just about, reading the words.
Right.
It's about engaging with them.
Right.
Letting them spark our own thoughts.
And feelings.
And that brings us to you, our listener.
Yes.
We've journeyed together through these ghazals, explored their beauty and their
complexity
and nuance.
And now we're curious to hear your reflections.
Yeah, what stood out to you
during this deep dive
into the world of Urdu poetry?
Was there a particular verse or metaphor that
captured your imagination?
Yes.
I'd love to know.
Perhaps a certain line resonated with a personal experience,
or maybe a metaphor.
Yeah.
Challenge your assumptions about love and loss.
Your insights are invaluable.
They are, because I think poetry's magic really lies in its ability to
connect with us.
To connect with us on a personal level.
Yeah.
And even if you're new to the world of Urdu poetry,
I
hope this deep dive has given you a glimpse into its richness and its power.
It's a tradition that's just brimming with emotion and longing and profound insights into the human experience.
It really is.
Who knows? Maybe this experience will inspire you to seek out more of Hameed Hayat Nazar's work.
Yeah, or explore
other
Urdu poets.
There's
a whole universe out there.
There's a whole universe of beauty and wisdom waiting to be discovered.
That's beautifully said.
So keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep letting poetry
Enrich your life.
Enrich your life, exactly.
That's it.
Thank you, as always, for joining us on this deep dive.
Until next time.